So yesterday, Liverpool were linked with Jean-Phillipe Mateta, and Liverpool have been looking for a striker for the majority of the window, I'd say. Obviously, with signings getting over the line, Frimpong, Kerkez and Wirtz, Liverpool are now looking to get a striker in the door before the end of the window, with Isak and Ekitike looking like they're gonna become unavailable. Where do Liverpool turn next? They have been linked with Jean-Phillipe Mateta. And some Liverpool fans seem to be put off the idea of signing Mateta. Now, his numbers aren't crazy, but they're not bad either. And he's someone who could add more to the squad. Like, he is someone who scores goals. And I just think, it's typical. It's typical. Well, as soon as we actually are linked with the striker, no one wants him. Yeah. It's just sometimes how our fan base works. But, yeah, Mateta could add so much to this team. I would not be at all disappointed if we sign Mateta. This is a good signing. I don't know why so many Liverpool fans are put off the idea of signing Mateta, because he would add so much to this team. He would add so much to it. And obviously with Isak, he looks like he's going to stay at Newcastle this summer. It's too unrealistic. And Hugo Ekitike looks like he's closing on in a deal to sign for Newcastle, so it looks like he's going to become unavailable. And our best option, we've been linked with Sesko, but I don't think we'll sign him. So I think our best bet is now to go for Mateta, and if we sign him, I'll be happy with it. With this window so far, signed Wirtz, Kerkez, and Frimpong. They were the three winners for me. As soon as we signed Wirtz, that won us the transfer window already. If we sign a striker, a good striker, we're going to be even better. All we need, because I don't think Darwin Nunez is really cut out for it at Liverpool. We've given him 3 seasons now, and he's not been able to do a job. He scored 14 goals in his first season. He scored quite a few in his second season. And then dipped in his third season. I don't know what went on last season, but he just wasn't at his best. I don't know whether he lost confidence because he wasn't playing or not, but something was there that wasn't right. But I did see a massive difference in Nunez's play on Sunday, and I don't know whether his mindset has changed because of the tragic passing of Diogo, or whether that's just because he just wants to play better. I don't know what it could be, but I did see a big change in his play on Sunday. He scored a goal, obviously. And a thought just came to my head. Could we be seeing a change in Darwin Nunez? I think we give him until December. In my opinion, we give him until the January transfer window, because it now doesn't look like he's going to be going out the door this summer. Could have gone to Napoli, but I think Napoli have now pulled out the deal. So I don't think he's going to be going Napoli this summer. And I think because Liverpool asked for too much, so Napoli couldn't pay that. But I think we give it till December, and if Nunez still hasn't proved what he can do, then we sell up. If any club will take him. But, Darwin Nunez, the potential is there, but for another club. Because I think the Premier League is just too strenuous for Darwin. I think the way he thinks, the Premier League is just a bit too much for Darwin. And I think going to a league like Serie A or the Bundesliga or La Liga would that would be perfect for Darwin. And if he signed, if he signed for any clubs like that, best of luck to him. But I want to see what he can do at Liverpool. Like, give it until January, see what he does. And if he still just hasn't gelled or clicked, then we sell up, in my opinion. But I do just think that we do need, if we're going to keep Darwin, we definitely need another striker. Because Isak, I don't think he's going to be available this summer, as many Newcastle fans have said. I think I've heard that Ekitike and Isak could play alongside each other, which, like, I don't know. If they weren't to play alongside each other, Ekitike would definitely want, like, first team football every single week. And if he wasn't going to get that, like, I don't know, a lot of Liverpool fans are thinking if Newcastle get Ekitike, they're going to sell Isak. I don't think that's how it's going to work. I think they're both going to play for the club at the same time. Which I don't find strange, because that just adds to the strength that they've got already. But, I'd love a player like Ekitike. And I think Victor Osimhen's too out of the question. Gyökeres is off to Arsenal. Sesko, I don't think he'll sign for us. Our best bet is now Mateta. So, if we sign either Sesko or Mateta, I'll be over the moon. But yeah, we just need a striker. And we're turning into Arsenal. They've got their striker. We need our striker. Give us a striker. But yeah, Mateta, I would be very pleased with him if he signed with us. Because his numbers aren't crazy, but they're quite good at the same time. He's got 14 goals last season in the Premier League, which is very good. And if we had someone like him, he would just add to the strength that we've got at the minute, because obviously our squad is very, very, very good. It's got a lot of talent in it. We've got that midfield is just a different level. McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Wirtz. That midfield is a different level. But yeah, Liverpool have been on the summer-long search for a striker. We could be finally getting our man, or the links could just be rubbished. But I think with Crystal Palace now not getting European football. Well, they're getting European football, but not the European football that I've liked, which I think is a complete disgrace by UEFA, and there will be a video out on that later on. But I think now they're not getting European football, Jean-Phillipe Mateta might be looking for a club with sort of higher expectations. Is that the right thing to say? I don't know. But with Liverpool having Champions League, would you rather stay at a club that are going to get Conference League and play in Conference League, or a club that could possibly win you another Premier League and play in the Champions League? Which one would you rather take? I think I'm going to probably move ship and get Champions League football. I'm not being biased because I'm a Liverpool fan. That's just what I would do. I think that's what anyone would do. I think you would rather play Champions League over Conference League every single day of the year. Even winners of the Conference League would say they would rather play in the Champions League. And if you don't, then there's something a bit wrong. Because I think I think any player would rather play in Champions League than Conference League. Conference League shouldn't be an aim for top clubs. Conference League should only be an aim for the clubs of Brentford stature, or Fiorentina, Valencia and La Liga. Even Augsburg or Bochum. Are they still in Bundesliga? I think they possibly are. But even Roma, they're not really a Champions League club anymore, are they? They don't get in Champions League consistently. But Mateta, I think if it's for the football aspect, I think he will possibly jump ship and move to Liverpool for the Champions League prospect. But I've also seen that I also read an article yesterday that says that Liverpool and Manchester United will be competing for his signature. What's the competition? Like, that's not a competition. I want more fight than that. But yeah, Liverpool, TNT Sports. Liverpool ready to compete with Manchester United for Jean-Phillipe Mateta signing. Yeah. Liverpool to compete with Man United for Mateta. Liverpool could be set to make a move for Crystal Palace French star Jean-Phillipe Mateta, according to reports in striker's native country. Yeah, I read that Liverpool had met French representatives, I think, of Mateta's camp. We've also got to add that in there. And I think that sounds quite promising, but it's early days at the minute. And I don't want to read too deep into it, because if I do, I'll end up sort of getting myself excited, and then when it doesn't happen, I'll be like, for God's sake. But yeah, let's just hope we get this one over the line. I think, as far as we know so far, we've only sort of made inquiries, but we'll see how this one continues. We'll see how this one proceeds. Will it just be rubbish straight away, or will there be actually some depth in it? I do hope we get Mateta, and if we do, I will be more than happy with that, because we want a striker, and he's good enough. Let's be honest. I'd like Darwin to just be a good player. I think he is a good player, but maybe the strength of and the pressure of the Premier League just doesn't suit Darwin. But yeah, let's hope we can get Mateta over the line, and hopefully could help Darwin actually become a success at Liverpool. But as far as I'm concerned, I still kind of think Darwin could leave. Maybe not this window, but maybe the January transfer window. That, as I've said at the start of this video, give him until January, and if he still hasn't really gelled or clicked, we sell up. Because at that point, I think I'll be a bit fed up. So yeah, because Darwin is actually our only striker, so yeah, we're gonna need him to kind of perform well. But yeah, if we don't get Mateta before the end of the window, I won't be too concerned, because we've got backup. We've got backup in like the midfield. I won't be too concerned. Like, Arsenal's midfield, the reason why they needed a striker is because they don't get goals. We do. We've got Mohamed Salah. We've got Wirtz, we've got McAllister, we've got Gravenberch, we've got Szoboszlai. We get goals from other places. We've got Luis Diaz if he stays. So, yeah. But I won't be too concerned if we don't add a striker to the squad before the end of the window. The window, we've still got about a month left on the window. I think it goes until September. So, yeah, we've still got at least a month left on the window before it ends, so I'm not going to worry too hard just yet. We've still got Sesko that we could get as an alternative if the Mateta signing doesn't come to fruition. But yeah, hoping Mateta signs, and if he does, I'll be delighted with that. But yeah, if you enjoyed that video, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and I'll see you lovely lot in the next one. Please take care of your beautiful selves, and peace out. See you in the next one.